New intro. So much love and appreciation to those of you who have been with me for the 2 year period plus that I've been doing this. Thank you for showing your love and support to the channel. And to anybody else who is brand new to the platform and you would like to support the channel, also, you can do it by way of Patreon, Anchor, the clothing store, and also the shoe shop that is listed in the comment description below. And again, thank you to any and all of you guys who have been here to support this channel during the 2+ year period. I wouldn't be able to do what I do every single day without you. Argument over a spilled drink led to a shooting that took the lives of two people, including a reporter, and injured three others outside of a downtown Norfolk restaurant and bar over the weekend. Chief Larry Booney told the downtown Norfolk Civic League on Monday night that the argument began inside Chico's Pizza backstage earlier Saturday, but ended with a shooting outside. Sierra Jenkins, age 25, a reporter for the Virginia Pilot and Daily Press, and Devon Harris, age 25, of Portsmouth, were caught in the line of fire and had their lives taken. Three others were also injured. Jenkins was assigned to cover breaking news on Saturday, and when an editor initially learned of the shooting, he called Jenkins multiple times to ask her to go to the scene, not realizing that Jenkins was one of the victims. Her close friend, Demeen Nimmer, was with Jenkins when the fire happened. Quote, "I'm devastated. I was with her when everything happened and just wish I could have done more to help her." Dozens of family members and friends gathered outside of Granby High School in Norfolk Sunday night for a vigil to honor Jenkins. Jenkins grew up in Norfolk and graduated from Georgia State University. She worked as an intern at Atlanta Magazine and CNN before joining the Pilot in December of 2020. Investigators have stated that they do not have solid leads on a suspect, but the chief stated that he is cautiously optimistic that they will make an arrest based on where the incident occurred. Witnesses were still being interviewed and reward money is being considered. This moment in time, you have a young black woman who was there, to cover a story because it was her job. This is something that she loved, doing. This is something that she wanted to do. This is something that she strived for and worked for. A nice portion of her life just so that she can get the break and, work for, different organizations. And inevitably, she was the one that ended up being, the headline or, part of the story. And this is something that realistically should have never taken place. Like nothing that took place even had anything to do with her, but she was the one that ended up losing her life because two people decided that they wanted to argue over drinks, over some spilt alcohol, and this is what led to it. The two people who were involved didn't lose their lives, right? They're not gone from this earth. Their families aren't mourning them, don't have to, perform a funeral. They don't have to do a vigil. They don't have to, make a memorial, and have people and make people aware of, the types of people, they were and how it is that they see them. No, it's Miss Jenkins's family that has to do this, while the other two people get to go scot free and, do whatever it is that they want to sit up there and do. Like I said before, this is just a sad event. And, like I said before, this is one of the reasons why I do not drink. This is why I don't partake in this. This is why I, in a sense, don't go out to, parties and or, certain establishments, because you have things like this that will transpire and happen. And the main people who are involved that should be gone still get to walk away. It's everybody else that gets to live with their decision. Like, it's always been crazy to me that people who want to go after, you know, another person, right? You have person A and person B who have an argument. They're going after, both people. And then they both or one person decides to bring out something and magically they can't seem to go after, that other person or themselves. And they inevitably end up taking the life of somebody else who had nothing to do with the situation, all over drinks. That's ridiculous to me. Like I said, both people involved should just get life in prison. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. That's just the way I feel. That's just the way I feel about it. I don't care how wrong people will, give it to the person who, was the one who pulled out the and then who committed. Yeah, but don't nah, both people. Like I said, because it takes two. It takes two. All it takes is for one person. You're not gonna have a fight, you're not gonna have an argument in a sense if one person does not engage. Now, I do understand there comes to certain circumstances where even if a person just stands there and let the other person that's angry talk, that they'll get riled up anyway, and then they'll decide to do whatever it is that they want to do. When it gets to that point, you already know who to blame. But like I said before, we're not even talking about that. We're talking about the fact that this is something that occurred, right? And obviously, in order to have an argument, in order for it to even make, get to this extent where people are losing lives out here, yo, all it takes is somebody to sit up there and walk away. And this is what I sit up there and talk about. Like, you have a lot of people playing as adults, but not really adults, because actual adults would take full-fledged responsibility for the acts that they decided to commit to, that inevitably ended up taking somebody's life. You're not going to run from the scene. You're not going to sit up there and hide. You're not going to sit up there and stash yourself at somebody else's house and try to lay low until, everything is said and done. Like I said, that's what a child does. That's what a teenager does. Adults actually take full-fledged responsibility of the actions that they commit to. Wrong or right, that's what you're supposed to sit up there and do. But obviously, that's not what took place here. The only person that, in a sense, had to take responsibility for another adult's actions is the young woman that you see here. So, my condolences to the family and to the friends. And I hope that the individuals involved are found and that they are prosecuted to the fullest extent so that, the family, in a sense, can, rest and know that the people who were involved in the fact that this young woman no longer is able to breathe are brought to justice and fully behind bars.